Welcome back to Grammar Grade 10. This is Unit 2, Lesson 16, and today we're going to shake up something you've been taking for granted. You already know that a sentence has a subject and a predicate. What you may not know is that they don't always show up in that order. Sometimes English flips them, hides one, or drops the subject right into the middle of the verb. Once you can see those patterns, finding the subject gets easy, no matter how the sentence is built. Let's go. Let's set the ground rule first. In most sentences, the subject comes before the predicate. You name who or what you're talking about, and then you say something about it. Take this one. The old lighthouse stood above the harbor. The old lighthouse is the subject. That's who or what the sentence is about. And stood above the harbor is the predicate, because that's what the subject does. Subject, then predicate. That's the rhythm your ear expects, and most of the time, that's exactly what you get. But here's the catch, and it's the whole point of today's lesson. English does not always keep that order. Now here's a sentence built the other way around. Into the room walked the stranger. Feel how that lands? The verb walked shows up before we ever learn who did the walking. So how do we find the subject? Simple. Find the verb and then ask a question of it. Walked who? The stranger. There it is, sitting at the very end of the sentence. That is inverted order. Predicate first, subject last. If we straighten the sentence out, it becomes, the stranger walked into the room. Same meaning, ordinary rhythm. So why would anyone bother inverting? Because writers invert for emphasis and variety. Holding the stranger back until the last moment builds a little suspense. Questions are the most common place you'll meet inverted order, and they pull a sneaky trick. Look at this. Did she call the office? The verb phrase is did call, and those two words belong together as one verb. But look what happened. The word she has wedged itself in between them. She is the subject, sitting inside the verb phrase, not in front of it. That's why questions fool people. Same idea here. Where is the map? Find the verb, which is, and then ask who or what. The map. So with any question, the move never changes, and the subject will show itself. Now for the trap that catches almost everybody. Look at this sentence. There are 3 good options. What's the subject? 9 students out of 10 point straight at there, and that is wrong. So find the verb, which is are, and then ask, are what? 3 good options. That's your true subject. And notice where it's hiding, after the verb. Why isn't there the subject? Because there is not a noun. It doesn't name anything at all. It's simply a starter word that lets the sentence get rolling. Here behaves exactly the same way. Here comes the bus. Ask, comes what? The bus. So burn this into your memory. Never underline there or here as the subject. When a sentence opens with either word, the real subject is waiting on the far side of the verb. There's one more sentence type where the subject seems to vanish completely. The command, also called the imperative. Close the door quietly. Who is supposed to close it? You are. But the word you never appears anywhere on the page. Grammarians say the subject is understood, and we write it in parentheses to show that. The subject is there in the meaning, even though it isn't there in ink. Try another one. Please pass the salt. Still a command, still aimed straight at the listener, and still that same silent subject. So whenever a sentence starts giving orders, and you cannot find a subject anywhere, don't panic. The subject is the understood you. Let's turn all of that into one reliable method you can run on any sentence, no matter how twisted the order is. Step 1. Find the verb. That's the word showing the action or the state of being. Step 2. Ask who or what in front of it. Whatever answers that question is your subject, and it does not matter one bit whether it sits before the verb or after it. Step 3. If you're still unsure, flip the sentence back into normal order. Watch this. Over the fence sailed the ball. Rearranged, that becomes the ball sailed over the fence. And now the subject is standing right where you expect it. But notice something important. The subject never changes when you rearrange. Only its position does. Ready to practice? In this first set, every sentence is in inverted order. Find the verb, ask who or what, and pick the true subject. Pause the video and decide before I reveal each answer. There are 5 books on the shelf. Remember the trap. There can never be the subject. So find the verb, which is are, and then ask, are what? 5 books. So the subject is 5 books. Down the hill raced the sled. This one is inverted for effect. Find the verb, which is raced, and ask, raced what? The sled did. Flip it back to normal order and you get the sled raced down the hill. So the subject is the sled. Where is my notebook? It's a question, so the order is inverted. The verb is the word is. Ask, is what? My notebook. And where names nothing at all, so the subject here is my notebook. In this second set, decide what kind of sentence you're looking at. Is it a command with the understood you as its subject? Or is it a statement in inverted order with a real subject sitting after the verb? Pause and choose before I answer. Wait for me at the corner. Who is being told to wait? You are, but that word never appears in the sentence. There is no stated subject anywhere, which means this is a command, and its subject is the understood you. Here lies the envelope. This sentence opens with here, and here is never a subject. Find the verb, which is lies, and ask, lies what? The envelope. The subject follows the verb, so this sentence is in inverted order. Hand me the wrench. Nobody is named as the doer here. The sentence is simply giving an order to whoever is listening. That makes it a command, and the subject is the understood you. Let's pull it all together. In normal order, the subject comes first and the predicate follows. But English loves to shuffle that around. A writer may invert a sentence for emphasis, so the predicate arrives first. A question splits the verb phrase and drops the subject right into the middle of it. And when a sentence begins with there or here, remember that those words are never the subject. The true subject follows the verb. Finally, in a command, the subject is the understood you, standing silently behind the order. Whatever shape the sentence takes, the method never changes. Find the verb, then ask who or what. That one question will always find your subject. In our next lesson, we'll look at complements, the words that finish off the meaning of a verb. I'll see you there.